What's going on, guys? Level M Diecast, bringing you a new thing on the channel. Today we're going to go over some old school catalogs and stuff that were given away back in the day, or given away with a purchase, or some of these were included in the box with what you got. We're going to start with this 1984 Matchbox Catalog because 1984 was a good year here at Level M. Just taking a look at what we got in here. And we're going to just skim through all these. We're not going to spend too much time. I do have quite a few to go through, and they're not all Matchbox, but we're gonna check them out. So this is going to be your lineup for 1984. I have all the models on this page, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice to see. Taking a look at the next set here. My catalog's a little printed, a little weird, so if it looks out of focus, guys, it's not. It's like that. It's like a double image got printed on there. So you got the nice Mazda up there, Rover, AMX Javelin. I do not have that Javelin. Tanker truck, I don't have that guy, or the Citroen CX ambulance, but some pretty nice pieces. Taking a look over here, that Renault is especially nice. I wish I did have that guy as well as that Range Rover. It's pretty sweet. I do think I have everything else on here except for the Honda. So that's not a common piece. Moving forward. This is one particular piece I wish I had. I actually don't have any of the cable trucks, unfortunately. And every time I do come across them, they cost a lot. And I just didn't realize that model's that sought after or rare or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. Pretty cool to see the Datsun and the Mazda on the same page and relatively same colors. It's kind of cool. Looking through here, some other cool stuff here. Got your Bedford and whatnot. So, I mean, this is the quality stuff that you got, you know, back in the 80s. I mean, this was good diecast. Not anything like we get nowadays. This was a cut above. Just really, really good stuff. That M1 is very, very nice. Taking a look at here. Interesting wheels on this guy. Obviously pre-production, but still pretty nice. I wish they would have came out with those wheels. That would have been pretty nice, but looks like it's a two-piece wheel, so definitely wasn't going to happen. Moving over here. That cattle truck's pretty nice. I don't know if I've ever seen the cattle truck in green, but that could just be me. It could just be me. Flip our page over here. Sorry, guys, I got to be delicate with this thing. I mean, it's 37 years old. Taking a look here. These are pretty common versions, I guess you could say. I mean, these show up regularly for sale. These are some nice stuff. However, that Peugeot is not. That Peugeot, that is a pretty nice piece. And then even back in the day, they did new model covers up that weren't quite ready to go. Twin packs. Twin packs were super, super awesome. Nothing like the hitch and tow or hitch and haul we have nowadays. Taking a look through here, that Cortina and the horse box is pretty nice. Let's see what else we got here. Everything else pretty average, in my opinion. Taking a look at here, Matchmates. You guys remember Matchmates? It was perfect. So you got double Citroens, double Jeep, double Jag, double Corvettes, and I believe these were just the same as the standard releases. I don't think that there were any special versions in there. Lockups. I don't have any lockups at all. I don't have a single one of these. This was a big deal in the 80s. Lockups. You had kit cars, burning key cars, all that kind of stuff. Everybody made one. These were pretty nice, though. These were pretty nice, and they took, you know, pretty much the most popular models. And I believe the keys were metal, too, if I remember correctly. Special. So these were like 1/43-ish scale. A little bit bigger scale. These are pretty nice pieces. Nothing super fancy in here, but they're pretty nice. Models of yesteryear. I'll just kind of skip through this stuff. Models of yesteryear is an acquired taste. Super Kings. So this is when they were transitioning from, you know, super fast style Super Kings to the more 80s style Super Kings, which is pretty nice. There are some pretty good pieces in here. That Euro Express is pretty nice. The boat's pretty nice. Taking a look over here. The Bridge Layer, always a set that I wanted to get, but I no longer collect Super Kings, so it's all right. It's all right. So Very expensive set though. Very expensive set, especially if you find it new in box. Very expensive. Then rolling through here, a couple more good things here. Got some trailers here. I do like that road repair service right here. That guy's pretty nice. Pretty nice piece. Pretty nice stuff. I don't do Super Kings anymore, but I used to do them. So more good stuff here. Man, that dump truck was just weird. It was just weird. They used that tipper and they just added a dump truck on it. It just didn't look very good. The shell tanker was very nice. Some pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. We'll just kind of switch through. Here we go. We'll just gift packs. These action packs were very, very nice. Very sweet pieces. Got launchers in them and little displays and stuff. It's pretty cool. I think that these were just your standard releases too. I don't think these came with, at least the ones pictured here, I don't think came with specific decos or anything. Convoy carry case. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then you had the steering wheel, the toolbox, which was pretty sweet. You even had your cityscape carry case. I've never seen one of those in real life. Rough Riders Impossibles. I've never seen those. I couldn't tell you what those are. I don't know anything about those, unfortunately. And then, of course, here you go. Here are your Burn and Key cars. I just recently picked up a Porsche. It's not pictured, so it was a later release. And then let's take a look at the back real quick. Power blasters, motorcycles. I mean, Matchbox did everything back in the day. They did everything back in the day. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to take a look at this Majorette Deluxe. These are 1/64 scale, and they were ultra ridiculously detailed. You know, kind of think of like mini GT status or something like that nowadays, but with opening features. F40, it's best one. I don't have it though, unfortunately. They also did the XJSC, very, very nice piece. And remember, guys, this is 1/64. This is some really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. I do have this Porsche, but I have it in silver. I don't have the white one. It's a very, very, very nice piece. This 911 Turbo is a very, very nice casting. And then they also had the Countach, which was just ridiculous with all the opening features and everything. And then, of course, you had your Testarossa. So these were some pretty nice pieces. You can still find these on eBay. They're not ridiculously priced, but they're still pretty nice. This came with my Porsche, so that's where I got this guy from. Bburago. You guys remember Bburago? No. They still exist. Bburago does a bunch of different stuff. Bburago was purchased by the parent company of Maisto, so they share a lot of castings now. So if you go to Costco or Sam's Club and buy 1/18 scale stuff, it could be Bburago, it could be Maisto. They switch back and forth. So, but they're all one company now. They made a really wide selection of stuff back in the day. They made some pretty good stuff, some pretty oddball stuff. Their 1/18 scale, I think, is pretty nice. They get a little crazy with chrome accents and chrome details and stuff like that I don't particularly like. But other than that, they do a pretty good job. They do make a lot of classic cars, and they do make a lot of European cars. They were based out of Italy. I don't know what they are now, but that's what they used to do. They made a lot of Porsches, so that is a big deal for me, the amount of Porsches that they made. Very, very exciting about that. Just really good stuff. I mean, Bburago is a very good manufacturer, 1/18 scale. People will say it's cheap. I don't really think that it is. Older stuff is kind of cheap just because there was a lot of parts. But nowadays it's more refined, more high dollar, I guess you could say. So you can see there's a lot of Porsche, a lot of Ferrari, a lot of European cars. So got your Renault 911 GT3 Cups. They did a lot of old school cars. You got your Jaguar SS, Mercedes-Benz SSKL, 250 Testarossa. It's really nice. That Lancia is really nice too. I've never actually seen one of those in real life. The Bburago model. Obviously, I've never seen a real one of those Lancias in the U.S., but good stuff here. That Alfa Romeo is a pretty sweet piece. That's a new model. Obviously, it wasn't ready for the catalog. Just rolling through a few more things here. Bugattis, more Porsches, more Ferraris, more Alphas, more Mercedes-Benz. They made a lot of 30s era cars, a lot. I think they were probably the lead manufacturer for that, but everybody's got to have a niche market, and that's kind of theirs. So you can see they just made an enormous amount of 1/18 scale. We're still at 1/18 scale, and that's hundreds of pages. No, it's not 100 pages, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's 50 pages already. Now in 124 they made a lot of 124. I don't collect 124. 124 is just it's too weird of a scale. It is easier to display, and there are way more models. I mean, like, check that out. Like, look at that Focus Rally Martini. Like, never gonna see that 1/18 scale. Never. But you know, I can't do 124 scale. Just can't do it. Another Rally one. It's pretty sweet. Bburago's 124 scales were pretty detailed. Far more than you'd see anybody else. So they definitely put in the effort. So taking a look at a little bit more. This is like promo stuff here. More weird stuff. More 124. Look, like that Range Rover. Like 124 Range Rover. That's a pretty cool idea. I know that Maisto made the Range Rover Sport. And I'm sure there's a lot of off-brands that have made other stuff too. But, you know, it's still pretty cool stuff. Just rolling through here. Tons of 124. 126. So this is in the same vein. The only reason it's a different scale is because that 500 SEC is a big car in real life. So you got to fit it in the box. So, and then they did F1s, racer stuff. Did some Jeeps. So, some pretty cool stuff. Nothing fancy. That was their packaging deal. Keychains. Get some keychains. All right, going through some that's a little more difficult to show. This is a original catalog from a 600 series truck. And this just folds open. So we're just going to see what we can do with this. See if I can get it to cooperate a little bit with the camera. So there is your 200 series. It's basically the standard range. You know, most of them had opening features. They all had suspension. Good stuff. I mean, you know, Majorette's always done good stuff. This is the other set of 200 series. This is your trucks, commercial trucks, all that kind of good stuff like that. Moving over here. This is, so, Motor Series 3. So this guy right there, that Renault 5 Turbo, I actually just picked up one of those loose. And I didn't even know anything about this particular line. I did see it in this catalog, and I was like, wow, I've never seen one of those. And then I happened to pick one up, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They're pretty big. They're pretty big compared to one of these over here, but they're still kind of cool. There's your 600 series. This is essentially the like second series for 600 series. Some of these models were carried over, some of them were new, but I mean, this is pretty old. I think this catalog is like 85-ish or something. I'll see if there's a copyright on it, but I think that's about what it is. And then this is your 300 series, which is basically your twin packs, your trailers. So, you know, the stuff that takes a little bit bigger blister card, really good stuff. 310 series, essentially about 1/43rd-ish scale. Same with the 3020 series. You can see they're kind of broken up into type of vehicles for the most part. Your 3030 series, this is basically the same scale, although these are, you know, commercial vehicles and whatnot. And then your 3040 series is where you start getting into trailers. This is a little bit bigger than 1/64 scale. But it's not 1/50 scale. It's still about 1/30th or so scale. They're not, at least I don't think they're 1/43rd scale. I could be wrong. And then your 3060 series, this is basically the exact same things as a 30, 40, and 50 series, but these have like extra features and accessories and And like you have horses and all that good stuff like that. You can build the sail on the sailboat and all that good stuff like that. And then the 3090 series is like the big, huge packs. Yes, that car hauler came with all the cars with it and everything. I do have this guy right here. I do have the car hauler. I do not have the building transporter here, unfortunately. It's a pretty nice piece. Taking a look at the other side. Do you guys remember Majo kits? These were pretty cool. These were pretty cool. The people were ridiculous, but you got to remember these are for kids. However, the actual diorama setup was pretty nice. So, you know, you had like just a city set with some gates and stuff. You had a bus stop. There's a playground, a construction site, and then you had some bigger stuff here. You had a workshop with gas pumps and all that good stuff like that. You had like a fast food restaurant with a park across the street. This is the fire station, I believe. And then this is kind of a picture of them all put together. It's pretty sweet. Make a pretty sweet layout and whatnot. And then they had like little accessory packs that came with like extra pieces and whatnot. The guy actually has a road compactor, which is pretty cool. And then just rolling up here. Oop, there we go. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff. Let me see if there's a date on this real quick. All right, there is no date on this guy, but I'm pretty sure he's like 80 something, something like that. But that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And then I know, guys, I have a lot. I have a lot of these, so can't go through all of them, unfortunately, I don't think. 2001 Matchbox. So these came with the 10 packs typically. They did come with some action launchers as well. So there are your checklists. I do need to go through this myself just to make sure that I have all those. So I do have some posters of these too. But it's a lot easier to do it with the checklist here. So these were broken up in some very nice segments. And then like on that pullover segment, all those decos matched. It was, I mean, 2001 wasn't bad. The models were pretty messed up, but 2001 wasn't as bad. However, we're going to move over to 2003 in good old Hero City. This is was the beginning to the end for me on the original collecting of Matchbox. This I stopped collecting when the Ultra Heroes came out. So looking through these, you know, they tried to do the whole logo to try to stir collectors, and you could see the logos on these models, but people were just not having it, and the models were just terrible. I mean, almost every single model you're looking at is a generic. There's some here. So this is interesting. So this is so what they did is there's two ranges. So you'll notice on this side, this is North America, and then this is Europe and surrounding worlds. These are the models we got. These are the models that they got. So not that they got better models, however, they got pretty cool decos on them. And there's a few of those lines in here. Here's another one down here. This is one of the things where we kind of got screwed in the U.S. because look at the models we got versus what the rest of the world got. They got all these cool models here, the Audi TT, the E-Class, the Z3, and then this BMW 3 Series. So window boxes, short cards and stuff is the only place you were going to find those, unfortunately. Looking through here with some more. Here is another one of those situations here. So we got a school bus, the Impala, the microbus, and the Focus, and then they got a better version of the Focus, the Mustang, the X5, and the E-Class wagon. Like, totally not fair. Totally not fair. Just rolling through here again. This is the worst one. This is the worst one because look, they got the F50, the W12, the Lotus, and then the Beetle Cabrio, and then we got these crappy construction vehicles. Man, it sucked. It sucked. So that's that catalog. But that's kind of cool. I forgot that actually showed the row and all that good stuff like that, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. All right, guys, this is going to be the last one we're going to cover. So this is 2005. So the significance of this is that 2005 was when Matchbox decided, or Mattel, I guess, decided, hey, We need to save the brand or it's going to die, because 2004 was an absolutely dismal year. And so they scrapped the line and came out with a new line in 2005. So this, compared to what you just saw, which wasn't the worst, 2004 was the worst. But this was their first foray back into realism. And you'll know that because they talk about your born on date on the base. They're talking about stuff that only collectors would care about. And just, you know, really trying to spark some stuff going up. So everything that you see that is kind of a drawing, like the trash truck and the Magnum and the London Taxi and the ambulance, those were new models. So in this whole catalog, it'll be like that. So you can already tell, like, the decos are realistic. They look good. They're not all kinds of craziness. Moving on to the next page here. You know, things are looking good. Things are looking good. Now, we still have some weird ones like the Kilo King and stuff and the Rescue Crane, but at least they have really good decos on them. That Mercedes-Benz Actros was also a very nice piece. It had previously only been available in Germany. Obviously in a different color. That was in yellow. I do have that model. But, I mean, just good stuff. They got some licenses. You got Duracell. I mean, this was just looking good. Like, they really, you know, for what they had to work with, they really were doing good stuff. Now, this is all new models. So you got Jeep Hurricane, SVT Lightning, your Jeep Rescue, Chevy Silverado SS, Cayenne Turbo, Hummer H3, and Volvo XC90. These are all first editions for 2005. So if you're curious where these debuted, that is where they debuted. Taking a look on the next page here. These are still in the same veins. You got Navigator and stuff like that. These are looking real good. The Discovery had a little bit of a weird deco on it, but, you know, they were trying. They were trying. I especially liked that the Blazer and the Beetle matched on their decos. It was pretty nice. G-Wagon looking pretty good. Looking through here on the next page. Sorry, this is super curled, so it's very difficult to hold this open. All right, Scion XB, Mitsubishi Eclipse Concept, Ford Shelby Cobra Concept, Ford GT Concept, Mercedes-Benz SL 55 AMG, and the first gen four-door Dodge Charger. These were all brand new models that year as well, so this is where those debuted as well. Taking a look at this side, this is the street cars, the good stuff. Looking good, every single one of them looking nice. Love the GTO. Love the GTO. The GTO was retooled, obviously. It used to have crazy suspension on it. TT Roadster, you had your Z, Volkswagen W12, all the good stuff. Ferrari 360 Spider. We got all the good models. All the good models. Get this to cooperate with me on the curve. And then this is the last four models for that year. And then taking a look over here, this is the packaging it came with. So if you see the one with the little treasure thing in it, that was 2005. Towards the end of the run, they did get rid of that, and then the card was just by itself without that, looking a lot better. But they had basically had a deal going on that year to give away and stuff, and who knows, they probably never gave it away because a lot of people didn't open the cars or anything like that. So there's all your logo deets and stuff on there. So yeah, this thing's like super curled. It doesn't want to stay open. Pain in my butt. I do have a couple more catalogs, but we don't need to go over them. This is a newer Maisto 118 scale. This is a 112 scale. They used to do some of that stuff. This is late 90s, early 2000s. This was way different time for 118 scale. Looking pretty good. So we got that. So anyways, we're going to roll out. I actually have that Jaguar right there. I have that guy. We're going to roll out, guys. So if I come across some more catalogs, let me know. I can definitely show you more catalogs. I do like going through catalogs. They're pretty nice. It's kind of difficult to do it on the camera, though, just because the camera doesn't cooperate all that much. And then the lighting is always a deal. But let me know what you guys think. And we're going to catch you next time on Level In. Peace.